It's the legendary Ronnie James Dio with the Killing the Dragon from the CD of the same name with the great Doug Aldridge there on lead guitar. And Chris, would you like to review a song?
Sure, why not?
All right, here we go.
It's time, Plastic Metal Show, to start begging for email.
What the hell is email?
Death sent me an email.
Well, when you figure it out, email me.
And here's your loser beggars, Neely and Chris.
You've got mail.
All right, one of our CMS fans from Puerto Rico, he wrote us before, and he sent us one of his songs from his band. You may or may not remember this. It's been a while. His band was called Leftover.
I remember it vaguely.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Eduardo has checked in with us again.
Okay.
Hail and kill, fucker. It's
Hey.
me again.
All right.
Eduardo from Puerto Rico. Yes, I know there's a lot of Puerto Rican assholes, but I'm not one of them.
Okay.
I don't listen to your live show because usually I have better things to do, like gig or sleep. But I love your show, and I like to listen to your podcast every day on my way to work.
As it should be.
Just wanted to salute you guys and send the first single from our band Leftover. The song is called Millennium in Darkness. I'm sure that you will both like it.
All right.
Then he follows up again with, it's me again, not the asshole from Puerto Rico here hiding in this from this fucking Chinese virus. Anyway, I know that you both didn't like my band's name, Leftover, but you liked the song, and that's good enough for me, so fuck it. So here is our new single, Tuning the Pages. Hope you both and your fans will like it. Let's see if I'm lucky and can get a brief review of the song. Thank you for the entertainment and for the t-shirt. P.S. Neely, we could use a couple of those Indian tales. They were awesome. Hail and kill. Fuck you. Hand job. Nigga. Fuck Ace and Tommy. And Bruce rules.
All right, he got it all in.
He did get it all in. So actually he sent us, I guess he sent us these two songs here.
Okay.
Or the one song, Turning the Pages is what it's called.
Okay.
All right. So let's give this a listen and let's see what you think and what the fans think.
All right.
So here we go. Well, they've got good production. I'll give them that.
Yeah. Drums sound a little boxy, but I like what I'm hearing so far.
All right. Vocals are a little buried.
Yeah, I'd say.
It kind of sounds like Jizzy singing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
no Randy Trask and the Buds, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, not terrible. I agree with you that the vocal is way buried in the mix in the main part. I mean, I could, hearing it through the Skype, I couldn't hear him singing.
Well, it's really buried.
Yeah, he needs to pull that up, but yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. I don't hate it.
All right.
Lord knows it easy. I miss your bright smile. How hard you made me laugh. Oh, I know it's wrong. What's life's a gamble? You either bluff your way or play the stakes are high. Walk so high. Feel the tears like a rain falling from the sky. That's a shout to the heavens, asking why I say, hey yeah. I hear your voice as clearly as my own. Say go live your life, some in home. Believe every day. You gotta turn the pages. Don't waste it away. Believe every day. You gotta turn the pages. Don't waste it away. No hell no, I won't. Believe every day. You gotta turn the pages. Don't waste it away.
Well, there were some unexpected change-ups in that song, and I was really surprised about the breakout guitar solo, so not bad.
Yeah, not bad. If the only thing I would do is tell the drummer that he doesn't have to fill every space that's in there. You know, it is a mid-tempo 4/4 song, and he's trying to mix in way too many beats and some of that. But other than that, and fix that mix, fix the vocal mix. But, you know, get a good mastering on it. Not bad.
Yeah, they paid a little homage to Zakk Wylde. Had that little Zakk Wylde squeal go on in there.
Yeah.
Not bad. I liked it. I mean, I liked the heaviness of it, and I liked the breakout guitar solo. I dug that a lot. So yeah, a little extra mixing in there, a little, bring the vocals out front a little bit more. I think it's pretty good.
Right.
Not bad.
It is.
Not bad. So thanks, Eduardo. Appreciate you sharing that with us. At least it wasn't, unbearable.
Yeah, not bad at all.
I mean, it's no Scars, but
Mm-mm. It's not Skunk Guns.
It's not too bad though.
It's not Roller Coaster.
No, it's not.
Nothing. Nothing at all beats the roller coaster.
Not at all. All right, some of our American staples are being cast aside for political correctness.
Okay.
Things that were not an issue before, but all of a sudden now they're an issue today. And, you know, in order to appease the, I don't know, what do you want to call them? The whiners.
Okay.
A company that's been around for almost 100 years has decided to make changes to their logo, much like what people have been after the Indians for, and what they've been after the Redskins for, and you need to change that.
Yeah, pal.
It was never an issue before, but now it's an issue.
That's right.
So anyway, the butter company, Land O'Lakes, has decided that they're going to remove the Native American woman from their packaging after 92 years.
I didn't even know they had a Native American woman on there. I thought it was an Indian.
Well,
I refuse to play these games.
well, I mean, that isn't a politically correct way of saying it. I mean, they are Native Americans, Indians, Native Americans.
They're Injuns.
Yeah, whatever. Redskins.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks like a well-known advertising icon is getting furloughed, and it isn't temporary. So it's not furloughed. It's just canceled.
It's canceled. It's done.
Yeah, it's done. Land O'Lakes is removing the Native American woman who has appeared on its containers of butter and margarine since 1928.
Well, they needed a change. They needed to freshen things up.
Yeah, it's time for a cool change.
That's right.
Instead, feature packages will showcase photos of real Land O'Lake farmers and co-op members, along with the phrase, proud to be farmer owned.
Are they allowed to say that?
I don't know.
Proud to be a farmer?
I don't know. Are you allowed to be a farmer?
I don't know.
Will we find a reason to not use the term farmer anymore?
Yeah, probably will.
He's a land tiller.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Grand Forks Tribune noted that many Native people, including North Dakota State Representative Ruth Buffalo, that's actually her name.
Ruth Buffalo, huh?
Yeah. A Democrat, of course, have called the woman's image racist.
Oh, jeez.
You know, after 92 years.
Yeah. Well, you know, they should have thought of that 92 years ago.
Now it's a problem.
Of course it is.
Buffalo told the paper the image goes hand in hand with human and sex trafficking of our women and girls by depicting Native women as sex objects.
Okay. Sex objects? Did you ever jerk off when you were grabbing a tub of butter?
No.
All right, well, maybe that was too leaning of a question. Maybe I should rephrase that a little. Did you ever jerk off not using the butter as part of the process?
Well, I can't say. I mean, I've seen Land O'Lakes butter as long as I've been alive, and not once have I ever looked at that and go, man, I'd like to bang that.
You never pulled your dick out in the grocery store because you saw the Land O'Lakes in the cooler?
No, that's never happened, not even once. I remember, growing up, my mom would buy Land O'Lakes. I remember seeing it on the kitchen table and stuff, and never thought, man, I wonder what her pussy's like.
I'll bet you that sweet red meat tastes good.
That's never crossed my mind.
No.
I mean, even looking at it now, I see the image in this article, and it just looks like an Indian squaw holding on to some butter.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, she's like talking to me like Mrs. Butterworth. Would you like to butter my muffin?
Yeah. Nothing makes fish taste better than lemon and butter.
I want to fillet your fish with butter.
I'll take my snails with butter.
Right.
Mm.
Land O'Lakes president and CEO Beth Ford did not cite cultural sensitivity as the reason for the change.
Liar.
As Land O'Lakes looks toward our 100th anniversary in 2021, we recognize we need packaging that reflects the foundation and heart of our company and culture. And nothing does that better than our farmers' owners whose milk is used to produce Land O'Lakes dairy products.
I take offense to using the pronoun her as a for butter. That seems very insensitive too. Mm-hmm. How do we know it's a her?
Yeah, really.
Does this butter identify as female?
Maybe she doesn't identify as an Indian.
Yeah, maybe not. Might not even identify as butter. Might identify as margarine.
Exactly.
Think of that.
As a farmer co-owned co-op, we strongly feel the need to better connect the men and women who grow our food with those who consume it, she said. So she wants us to think about, wonder how this butter got here. I'll bet you it's those farmers who raised the cattle that they milked to make these to make this butter.
Have you ever once, you've been eating for a long time, I'm going to assume.
Yeah, about 56 years.
And in those 56 years that you've been eating, how many times did you look at your meal and go, I wonder where that came from?
Not a once.
Yeah, I was going to say probably none, maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 2 times. You might have seen some story or documentary about chickens being slaughtered and thought, I wonder if this chicken got its head lopped off at the chicken factory.
The chicken factory.
Whatever, I don't know what it's called. But I know this. No one cares. We absolutely know. We know the shit comes from bad places. We don't care. As long as it tastes fucking good, who gives a shit?
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
So this is quote unquote their objective in doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Our farmer to fork structure gives us the unique ability to bridge this divide.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a divide between you and the farmer, Chris, and they want to bring us together.
And news for you. I couldn't give 2 fucks about the farmer. I really couldn't give 2 fucks about him. The only thing I care about is that there are groceries in that grocery store.
Right.
That's as far as my caring goes.
Right. Regardless of the reasoning, Buffalo called the decision by the Minnesota-based company a good gesture and a step forward.
Great. Fantastic.
She added, we as a whole need to keep pushing forward to address the underlying issues that directly impact an entire population that survived genocide.
Hey, cuntbag, it's butter. It's fucking butter, you cunt. No one cares. Nobody's thinking about how can I oppress the Indians. Oh, I know. I'll buy that oppressive butter. That's never been a thought. Nobody has ever thought, how can I be racist against Indians? I know. I'll buy some Land O'Lakes. Then I'm going to hate the blacks as well with some Aunt Jemima. It's like, what the fuck? Just stop it. No one thinks like you do. You people that are looking for shock and to be outraged and all this shit, no real human beings think like you. No real human being in the 92-year history of Land O'Lakes butter has ever thought, you know what? I'm going to stick it to the Indians by buying this fucking Indian butter. I'm going to show them a thing or two.
Right.
I'm going to buy this fucking butter that makes me want to fuck it. That's never been thought or said. God damn.
Or pimp it out.
Yeah. Hey, baby, want some butter? I got the Land O'Lakes for you.
Exactly. The new packaging is already appearing on products like the tubs of butter and the deli cheeses, and will begin appearing on the stick of butter within the coming weeks.
Oh, great.
So you can look forward to the new logo. No more sexy Indian chick offering you butter.
Sexy.
Have you ever stroked it to an Indian chick?
No. I can honestly say, and I've done some weird shit, obviously. I've never, ever stroked it. I'll be honest. I've never jerked off, I don't think, to any food packaging ever. None.
Never jerked off to food packaging.
No, I've banged a ham, but I've never, ever grabbed food packaging and said, oh, my God, I got to fucking rub one out.
Right.
Look, there's Aunt Jemima. She's sexy.
Yeah.
Look at that. No, I never did that.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm looking at this traditional logo, and it just looks like an Indian squaw offering you a stick of butter.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't see anything sexual or hot or sexy about it. It's just, hey, she's from the Land O'Lakes.
Yeah. She's not near as hot as the Sun-Made Raisin Girl. Now that's jerkable.
Yeah. Oh my God.
People are out of their fucking minds.
Yeah. This is what you spend your time thinking about is how packaging is.
And we actually want a cure to the coronavirus. I want somebody to go up in that fucking boardroom with these people at Land O'Lakes and start coughing on all of them. Just fucking cough on all of them and let's see these fucking idiots die. Jeez, oh man. Are you kidding me?
Apparently not.
This shit? Holy smokes.
Yeah. Land O'Lakes. All right. Well, something near and dear to our hearts. We've kind of covered this a little bit, but there always seems to be a new story coming out, and maybe this won't be such an issue this year, but, you know, when things pick back up.
Okay.
Ticketmaster has quietly changed its refund policy, screwing over the fans.
Yeah, I saw this. But they've actually already had to backtrack on this because people caught them.
Yeah.
Ticketmaster is the big evil, man.
They are. Well, the thing is that's the issue with becoming a monopoly. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, this is exactly why, you know, there are laws against monopolies out there.
Yeah.
Because this is the kind of stuff you deal with.
Yeah. It's really, really sad. You know, and I hate that they're making me actually think that I have to side with a band like Pearl Jam. But Pearl Jam had it right 20 years ago when they were like, fuck this company. You know, they're fucking their fans, and they're absolutely fucking their fans. And they go out of their way to fuck their fans.
Exactly.
Every which way you buy tickets now is a fuck over of getting, you know, whether it's the sliding price based on
popularity and purchasing.
Yeah, made up popularity.
Yeah.
Or if it's, you know, that you can't buy directly from them. You have to buy through a third party because all the tickets sell out like 1.3 seconds after they're released. And, you know, all of it is fucking scumbaggery, man.
Yep.
They really are a fucking, they are a criminal outlet as far as I'm concerned.
I agree.
Criminals.
In a new report by Digital Music News and the Maelstrom, that is the current concert and music festival landscape with the coronavirus, Ticketmaster has quietly and perhaps deceitfully changed its refund policy to even be even less accommodating and unfair than before in light of the current economic situation facing many fans and venues. In other words,
I like how they wedged in the word perhaps, like it's not happening.
Well,
like
that's one of those allegedly.
Yeah, like it could, like there could be some other reason for this.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, everybody's got to cover their ass to not get sued, you know.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, because of the entire industry shutdown due to the coronavirus, they're opting to differentiate it from cancellations and postponements. Thus, fans will have a near impossible time getting refunds when many in the world are out of work. As fans are looking for refunds, the Ticketmaster changed its refund policy to cover only canceled events, not the many functions that the promoters have indefinitely postponed or rescheduled to a date and time that some ticket holders cannot make. Previously, Ticketmaster refund policy stated refunds are available if your event is postponed, rescheduled, or canceled. But now, however, the Live Nation's company refund policy says refunds are available if your event is canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, Ticketmaster's coronavirus impact webpage carefully describes the difference between cancellations and postponements, in addition to the corresponding policies of each.
But if you only pay an extra $30 a ticket, you can buy ticket insurance.
Exactly.
And then you can be sure that you get your money minus the $30 back.
Of course.
What a bunch of fucking scumbags. 30. How about some of that $28 per ticket that you fucking charge for tickets? How about some of that being the insurance, you dicks? There's no possible way it costs $20 a ticket for fucking service fee, dickheads.
Our social media fans, frustrated with the refund reversal, appears to be boiling over. Fans took to social media to relay their anger and dismay when agitated Twitter user. I don't get why people even bother with this, going on Twitter and going on Facebook.
Because that's where they can have their place to say what they think, man.
I know, who cares?
Yeah.
One agitated Twitter user wrote, Ticketmaster won't help me with my refund. Time to call a lawyer and the Better Business Bureau, man.
The Better Business Bureau. Here's a news flash for everyone. The Better Business Bureau is the most bullshit company out there. They mean nothing. Nothing. Any complaints that go to the Better Business Bureau mean nothing. And I will put this to everybody for their own life. Don't even take my word for it. Whatever it is that you've bought, a house, a car, a refrigerator, groceries, dinner, whatever it is, if you've bought anything, when was the last time that you looked up that company on the Better Business Bureau website before you made that purchase? Exactly never. And when was the last time that a company came to you and said, hey, here's our rating on the Better Business Bureau's page? Exactly never. It is a bullshit organization, just like that. What's that other one? The Bradstreet?
Oh, Dun and Bradstreet.
Dun and Bradstreet. Mm-hmm. Another bullshit organization. These are companies that mean nothing to any real people. They find ways to jerk businesses off into giving them money. They don't mean shit. They've never mean shit. Better Business Bureau is a way. It's basically Yelp that you can pay for. And these cunts at the Better Business Bureau, they reach out to me all the time with fucking, I'm going to tell a story about Pinball PA that happened right before the Rona hit. Fucking, we had a customer that complained about she didn't get a gift card or something from in the mail or something at Christmas time. And so she didn't go to us. She didn't come to us and say, hey, what's up with my gift certificate? She went to the Better Business Bureau. And the Better Business Bureau sent us a letter saying so-and-so has made a complaint. And we expect that you'll get this handled immediately and report back to us on bop. So I immediately threw that fucking piece of paper right in the trash and gave it to my son. And I told him, I said, just get this lady a fucking gift certificate and get rid of this bullshit. So he goes, he handles it. He calls the Better Business Bureau to say, hey, lady's been handled. You can check with your fucking client, for that she got her fucking gift certificate. Fair enough. So I get a call like 4 days later. Hey, this is Bob from the Better Business Bureau. And just want to congratulate you on the professional manner in which you handled your complaint to the Better Business Bureau. And because of that, we had a conference and decided that you would be a good fit for the Better Business Bureau. So if you just pay $350, we'll let you put our logo on page as credited Better Business Bureau company. And I was like, you can go and fuck yourself with your accreditation and with your badge of honor that you want to put on my website. Fuck yourself in the ass. It's Yelp.
Yeah.
It's buying reviews. That's what it is. Fuck the Better Business Bureau. Stupid fucking faggot-ass company.
Another disgruntled individual asked, why is it that when I buy concert tickets, you take the money out of my account in a matter of seconds, but when the shows are being canceled, it can take you months to return my money?
Yeah.
All right. Lastly, a different fan yet tweeted, all the concerts I bought tickets for and you have postponed, how about you just refund us our purchase? Nobody knows their future right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Earlier this week, Digital Music News was the first to report that the angry customers had filed a class action lawsuit against the ticket resale platform StubHub over the brand's opting out to provide vouchers instead of cash refunds for tickets to events canceled before the coronavirus pandemic. In a statement, StubHub noted, it's currently impossible for us to offer immediate cash refunds to all of our buyers. It's likely that Ticketmaster is experiencing similar fiscal difficulties, albeit on a much larger scale. StubHub moves approximately $5 billion in tickets annually, whereas Ticketmaster yearly sales volume has exceeded $30 billion.
Yeah, but they can't afford to pay you back.
No.
Here with this nonsense. I get it. They're hurting too. I get everybody's hurting. We all get that. But they still didn't provide a product that was purchased. You know, when you purchase a ticket, and I know that it's all legal language and all this horse shit and whatever. But when you buy a concert ticket, you're not just buying, let's say that, I don't know, Dokken. I'm just throwing any name out there. Let's say Dokken is playing at the MGM down the street from me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to buy a ticket not based only, and this is where they fuck you. As a regular consumer, I'm not only buying it because the band that is playing. I'm not just saying, well, I got to go see Dokken. I'm going to buy that ticket. I'm looking at a calendar. I'm seeing if that's a day that's available to me or if I have something else to do that day. There's a lot of variables.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors involved.
Yeah. So when it changes, they're not providing what you purchased. You purchased access to that show on that day. And when that changes, they should refund you that money, because if you want that refund, if you want the refund, fine. You should be able to simply say, yeah, I'm not going on that day, which is what I purchased. Instead, they try to say, well, we'll change it to, example. I bought those tickets 10 months ago for this show that's scheduled for 2 weeks from now in Galleon, the Rose Tattoo show.
Right.
They rescheduled it for January of 2021. Now, in theory, I may not be available in January of 2021.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but at least that club has made it that, well, if I want a refund, I can go get it, which they should, because they're not providing the show that I paid for, which is Rose Tattoo on May the 4th or whatever day it was. It's so fucking stupid. And Ticketmaster just tries, they are the kings of trying to fuck you every which way they can, whether it's with service fees or insurance cost or, all the bullshit that they stack on. Well, you can buy them from our ticket broker. We're not going to sell them directly to you. You can go to our brokerage house over at StubHub or whatever. I don't think StubHub is one of theirs, but they have, and I know this because I have one. They have these sublet agents where you can sell tickets at a premium.
Right, of course.
And I know it because I have one. I sell tickets. I haven't done it lately, but I do have a website up for selling these tickets, and they're all more expensive. And I've done it before. I've gone and looked on Ticketmaster for tickets, and I'll see that the tickets I want aren't there. And then I'll go to my own website and I'll look, and then the same tickets that Ticketmaster doesn't have available are available on the secondary market, which happens to be my own website.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can buy them from there at an increased rate. But thankfully, I can write myself my own coupon code and get my tickets for cheaper. So I do that.
Right.
Because I fucking the system as much as they like fucking me.
Right.
But it's bullshit. This whole thing is bullshit.
Well, I agree. Well, the story continues. Ticketmaster faces possible criminal investigation in New York State, and the members of Congress are demanding answers.
Okay.
Earlier this week, on the heels of quiet changes to its refund policy fine print, Ticketmaster became the target of intense fan criticism. Now the leading ticket platform is facing potential criminal investigation in New York State, as well as a heightened scrutiny from multiple members of U.S. Congress. At the state level, James Skoufis, a Democrat senator representing New York's 39th district, voiced his concerns with Ticketmaster's policies in a letter to New York Attorney General Letitia James.
White woman?
Sounds like it to me.
I thought so.
Yeah. Skoufis requested an open and formal inquiry into the company to see if it's improperly rise to the level of criminal or civil penalties. Senator Skoufis didn't mince words or fail to specify why he was calling for the formal inquiry. Ticketmaster has unscrupulously altered existing policy amidst the public health emergency to seemingly avoid reimbursing the customers. Mm-hmm. The 32-year-old lawmaker was referencing the aforementioned quiet changes, refunds only for canceled events as opposed to postponed and delayed shows, that sparked fan anger and outrage earlier this week. The letter closed with a respectful request that the Attorney General take any and all steps necessary to protect the consumer in the live event ticket industry. In addition to a reiteration that an ongoing New York Senate investigation into the ticketing industry will be turning its focus to policy shifts among the coronavirus pandemic. Notably, congressional pushback against Ticketmaster's perceived policy switch-up hasn't been limited to the state level. On Capitol Hill, Representative Bill Pascrell Jr., a Democrat from New Jersey, and a Representative Katie Porter, a Democrat from California, drafted a letter of their own, which was shared this morning with the Digital Music News. Addressed to Ticketmaster President Amy Howe, the Live Nation President Michael Rapino, the text indicates that its authors are incredulous over the fine print changes before stating, your decision to confiscate their customers' money is reprehensible and should be reversed immediately.
Yeah. How come I just know this is going to disappear?
Yeah, nothing's going to happen with it.
They'll have some quiet settlement. They'll donate some money to whatever organization that all ends up in some politician's pocket and it goes away.
Yep.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. After that, Representative Porter and Representative Pascrell introduced several detail-oriented inquiries relating to when the refund policy was altered, the number of refund requests that have been denied, the total value of these refunds, and more. The congresspersons closed the letter by writing, given this national emergency, we call on your company to show consideration to its customers and issue full refunds to all who request them. Ticketmaster addressed the widespread criticism of its refund terms on social media, emphasizing that the event organizers themselves hold on to the cash from the ticket sales and possess the ability to issue refunds for postponed or delayed functions. So basically, they're passing the buck.
Yeah, of course they are. And you know what's even more sad and criminal? Instead of automatically giving the money back, even with the change that came out now, instead of automatically giving the money back, you still have to request the money.
Yeah.
Because they know, they're well aware that let's say 50% of the people that buy tickets online are too technically stupid to figure out how to request a refund, and they know they'll get to keep that money.
Yeah.
They absolutely know that. They should just be refunding it automatically. If there's tickets purchased and a show is bagged, they should just automatically throw the money back to your credit card. But they'll make you request it because they know, it's just like gift cards. That's why every business under the sun sells gift cards, because they know that most people will not use them to their full value.
True.
And I learned that in marketing class, is that you always want to sell gift cards because it's a 20% positive return just on people that don't use them.
Yeah. Or they don't use them for the whole amount.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times that's a whole nother thing that they do too is, with gift cards, let's say that your admission fee is $40. You don't sell a $40 admission. You sell a $35 and a $70. So that they have to either come out of their pocket or recharge, and then you get more money.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how it all works, man.
Sure.
It's all about fucking people over. That's what capitalism is. It's about fucking the consumer. And I'm for it.
However, the statement also noted that the financial and logistic strains of the coronavirus has forced some of the organizers to delay the refund distribution process. Meanwhile, angry fans are continuing to send Ticketmaster firmly worded messages and complaints, some of which allege that the company is deleting its tweets. At the time of this writing, Ticketmaster's parent company, Live Nation, was trading at roughly $38 per share, an approximately 4% increase over its previous closing price, but roughly half its pre-pandemic price.
Oh, wow, that's great.
So we'll see what happens. Hail and Kill, caller, you're on the air.
How can Ticketmaster legally, this is what I don't understand, how can they legally on their site, and we don't have this in Australia yet, thank God, but I know I did a dummy run to purchase Motley Crue tickets during the week just to see what would happen.
Explain that to me, Tim. How does a dummy run work to get tickets?
Go all the way to
I just
payment.
I went through the Motley Crue website. I clicked on a date, and I got it to the point where I was about to buy tickets. And when I was about to buy tickets, I'm not coming to America anytime soon. Nobody's traveling anywhere. But what I'm saying is that the value of the ticket doubled in my basket.
Yeah, of course.
How can they legally do that?
Because they do that sliding demand. There's big demand during the coronavirus for Motley Crue tickets, apparently. But here's the thing, Tim. What are you going to do? Are you going to sue them?
Well, I'm not. I mean, obviously, I'm not coming over to America to watch Motley Crue play because.
What I'm saying is the only way that stops is if somebody sues them, and who's got the money to go one-on-one with a fucking company that big?
That's true. But what you're saying is it is legal what they're doing.
Well, I don't know that it's legal what they're doing. Growing up, Tim, one of the things that I was taught as a young adult was if you're doing something that is questionable, whether it's legal, not legal, right or wrong, just keep doing it until you're told you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if that's ever going to happen. As I said, thank God it hasn't happened in Australia. I've got tickets for Iron Maiden. I was supposed to go and see them on the 7th of May, and so they've postponed that whole tour. But I'm holding on to my ticket. But I just think that's just unbelievable.
Well, that's what happens when you get to be a monopoly. As I said at the beginning of this segment, is that Ticketmaster and Live Nation are a monopoly, and if there's nobody out there competing with them or challenging them or whatever, they'll do whatever they want to do until legislation gets involved.
Can you see that happening?
No. No,
No.
they're way too big. They're way too big to be told what to do. They can take $10 million and stuff it into people's pockets in politics a lot more willingly than changing their policy. They can make the 10 grand back by continuing to fuck people as long as the politicians don't shut them down. So they'll stuff that money, they'll call it lobbying, and they'll fucking stuff that money into the politicians' pants.
Yeah, if you heard me at the beginning of the article, it's a $30 billion a year business.
So what would $100 million be to them to spend $100 million lobbying to get people to leave them alone? Nothing.
That's 1/10 of a billion. That's 1/10 of 1 billion is $100 million.
Yeah.
And did you say they're a $30 billion a year business?
Yep.
Is that what you said?
Yep. That's what I said, Tim.
All right. Hail and kill.
All right.
Got his answers.
Well, tell that guy in the background to keep it down when you're on the phone.
We got important things to say here.
That's right.
Well, I for one will not be purchasing tickets anymore ever.
Ever?
Through Ticketmaster. Nope.
So you'll skip doing something you want to do because it's through that fucking company?
I'll find an alternative way.
Oh.
I'll find an alternative way. I'm not playing that game. I'm not doing it anymore.
No.
Done with it.
I will. I don't give a shit. They're robbing me, but who cares? I'm going to live my life.
Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Guys, how we doing? We're hanging in there?
We're hanging in there. What's on your mind?
Chris, we need to get the economy going so we can play some pinball.
Thanks for telling me. I wasn't sure.
Well, I think, what's the word I heard there? It's social disobedience. I think it's on its way. I think people have just about had enough. I think if they don't let us go back to work, or some certain people go back to work, it's going to happen one way or the other. So I hope you can start making some money and get back to work there.
Well, I'm fine. I keep telling everybody, don't worry about me. I'm whether Pinball PA comes back or doesn't, I'm all good. I'm smart enough to know how to make money, and I will not be broke if Pinball PA dies. Shit will go on.
Well, I wanted to just a little topic to bounce off you guys. I was curious to get your take on it. I enjoyed you killed about an hour of my time this week breaking down bad Loverboy lyrics, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was Rainbow Cruise Straight to My Room, Cuts It with a Silver Spoon. So I was, and Chris was talking about how he loved him as a kid, and he looked back and he couldn't believe that he used to like that stuff. And I was kind of thinking, well, was that how I felt about Survivor? Because kind of like in the same kind of realm of we're going to rock, but we're not going to rock too hard. We're going to have some keyboards in there and stuff. But I went back and started listening, and I'm kind of like Chris. I'm not embarrassed to say that I love some of those songs and everything. But I was thinking that is Survivor one of those bands, and I was curious. Can you think of a band who sold a lot of records, had a lot of hit songs, but at the end of the day, it meant zero in terms of drawing a crowd and selling tickets? Like even in 1985, were people saying, if Survivor came to town, I'm going to buy tickets and go see Survivor in concert?
Ray Parker Jr.?
He ripped off Huey Lewis for his biggest hit, right?
Yeah. God, that's a tough question.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were bands. I just got to think of who. Wow.
Neely, I mean, you ever think of I don't know. It just seemed like an REO Speedwagon, even when they were on top of their game. Were people going to see REO Speedwagon?
Oh yeah. That was huge when I was in high school. That was big.
REO Speedwagon would sell out. I mean, they were a Blossom Music Center band here, which is 18,000, and they sold that out every summer.
Easily.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Autograph, good point. Autograph is probably one of those bands. They were huge with that song. I'll be honest, Quiet Riot. I don't think Quiet Riot ever was a big draw, were they?
I don't know. I think they've always been openers.
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever been like arena headliners or anything.
Yeah. Just don't
I know I heard you guys talk about Skid Row like in '89 got really big, but I think I heard you guys say they never played like for more than 5,000-6,000, or they were.
Well, when I saw Skid Row at the top of their game during Slave to the Grind, they were still opening for Aerosmith.
Yeah, and I saw them open for Guns N' Roses a couple of times and open for AC/DC. And I saw them headline, but it was a club. It was not a club. It was the Rhodes Arena, which that holds, 3,000 people or something. I saw them headline with Pantera opening.
So it was like a co-headline.
Yeah, well, it was before Pantera broke all the way huge. But, yeah, Skid Row was never, at least to my memory, and I'm not saying that they never played any big giant shows, but Skid Row, I don't remember ever being a touring headliner that would sell 12 to 20,000 tickets a night.
No
way.
Right. What was Loverboy doing in their prime?
Oh, they were headliner. They were arena band.
They were big.
Yeah, by '83 they were an arena headliner.
Gotcha. Well, I was just curious about that. I mean, you guys know bands very well. I was just curious, like if there was a band that had a lot of hits, gets a lot of radio play, but if they don't have any star power, they don't have anybody who stands out or whatever, people just didn't buy tickets to go see them.
You know who's one? L.A. Guns.
Yeah, that's true.
L.A. Guns had a lot of hits. We're definitely on the radio a lot.
They had MTV videos. They had quite a few videos.
And never were, I don't think they were ever even bigger than a 2,000 or 3,000 seat venue.
Yeah, they never got above a club level.
No, I don't think so.
What about when Tesla was at their highest peak? Did they were always a support act for the most part?
They were always support act. They often played with Def Leppard a lot.
Yeah. They were, but Tesla could draw. Tesla could put 10,000 asses in a venue on those first three records.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could put 10,000 people in a club in a venue by themselves, but you know who else? What about Warrant? I don't think Warrant was a huge one either. Not drawing. I always saw them open.
Yeah, they were always a support act.
Yeah, when I saw them headline, it was always clubs. I never saw them headline, like a big outdoor place. Not saying that they didn't. I just never saw it.
Like even after Cherry Pie and those big
No, they were just on their upward trajectory at that point. They hadn't really reached that arena level yet.
Yeah, they were touring at that point with Poison. It was Poison and Warrant before the Warrant guys pissed off the Poison guys. But that's part of the reason that happened to them, too, was they got themselves kind of blacklisted by being dicks on the road with Poison, and then nobody wanted to tour with them. So they ended up being more of a club band.
Certainly Nelson was playing 20,000, right?
Nelson?
I'm joking. I'm kidding.
Yeah, they had that one record, and that was it. After the Rain, I think that was called the record, After the Rain.
I doubt Nelson ever had a week where they played in front of 20,000.
Yeah. Well, Neely, is Jim Acosta your favorite reporter on CNN?
No. That guy could catch the coronavirus and die, as far as I'm concerned.
Neely, that's what you call theatrical journalism.
There's no journalism involved with him.
I'm handed the mic. I'm stepping on stage. I gotta stir up a big moment. I gotta get a big sound bite. I mean, you know, there's a certain thing you can ask people questions, hold them accountable, but that guy, it's the same thing every day. Every day, it's the same thing.
Yep. It's get Trump, get Trump, get Trump. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Get Trump, get Trump. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Now, but okay, to be fair, who's the one on the other aisle? That OAN or whoever they are, every time they get the mic, they say, you know, President Trump, your numbers are so high, you're fantastic, you're wonderful. And I like that question. That's a very good question. I like that. Who is that?
I couldn't tell you. I don't watch these press reports. I really don't. I just don't have the time or the patience to sit there and watch the circus.
Got you. All right, guys, we keep up the good work.
And who is this anyway?
This is a sportscaster in Baton Rouge.
Oh, okay.
I called you.
All right, gotcha.
The call last week was subpar, in my opinion.
So you were trying to redeem yourself.
Exactly.
All right.
Trying to we got plenty of time on our hands down here. No sports, no nothing.
Oh, so, here's something I wanted to ask you. Meant to ask you this last week.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I asked you or not, but I want to find out, are the budgets being cut with these TV stations? Because I noticed that these on-site reporters, a lot of them are using their iPhones now. They don't even have like a film crew going out to on-site reporting anymore. They're just going out there with their iPhones and doing a selfie more or less and reporting back to the station through through their cell phone plan. Is that what's really happening? Is that the new trend? Are you aware of it?
Our station hasn't laid anybody off yet. It's very strange. You go to work and there's hardly anybody there. The sales team, they're all working from home. The reporters, a lot of them are sitting in their car in the parking lot. They don't go inside the station. They're trying to avoid coming into contact with anybody. I haven't heard of stations laying off a lot of people yet. Knock on wood.
Well, it's not so much the laying off; it's just cutting budgets. Because everybody knows that commercial television, just like commercial radio, is suffering. Because people are watching YouTube or they're watching Netflix or they're watching alternate media. They're not tuning into their local stations as much as they used to. But I just noticed that trend where I'm seeing, bloopers and things on YouTube. But a lot of these reporters are just going out there, holding up their cell phone and reporting live on location just through their cell phone. And I was just wondering, is that the new way of doing things now?
I wouldn't say it's the new way of doing things. It can certainly be done. I mean, 10 years ago or whatever, you didn't have a camera on your cell phone where you could, hold up and then, hold it up, do a report, talk for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then you could send it back to the station and they can run it, and the audio is really good, and the picture's pretty good, and to your point, it would eliminate having to have a photographer out there and paying a photographer to shoot something or whatever. There are ways around that. I mean, I think I talked to you before about it. Back in the day, in the Ron Burgundy, days, the 80s and whatever, when the local news anchor, and maybe some of them still do that have been there for a long time, are making $200,000-$300,000 to be a main anchor, and then you'd have photographers, and now it's not uncommon in a big city, even like a Cleveland or a Chicago, to have what we call an OMB, a one-man band, where they've got the microphone, they've got the camera, they got the tripod. They go out, they put the camera on the tripod, they flip the little viewfinder around, look at themselves, shoot their own story, edit their own story, and send it back. So that was unheard of in a big city not that long ago, but now everything is being, downsized and made smaller. So that kind of stuff's going on, and especially now, I guess, it's just a weird time. It's obviously the most bizarre time we've ever lived in. So it's just the way it's been going.
All right. Just wondering, because Chris and I have been ahead of the curve for 10 years, ahead of the commercial outlets. So that's what I'm like to hear. So fuck those people.
You're not saying that you want us out of a job.
No,
right?
of course not. I don't want to see anybody unemployed, but I find it interesting because Chris talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Since this whole pandemic, these guys are on radio. They're talking about the difficulty of doing what Chris and I've been doing for 15 years. And it's just like, all right, well, Joe, nice you could catch up.
Well, yeah, maybe you're talking about, Eddie Trunk. Guys, I had to put the camera on, I had to shoot my own shots, and I had to, maybe that's who you're talking about, the ones who've been pampered up at network, right?
Right, exactly.
At the top. And don't forget, Neely, he said, I'm sure Eddie can say something like, folks, I saw this coronavirus coming. I knew it. I had contacts in the music industry. They warned me. They told me. They said, Eddie. So I'm sure, Eddie knows all, right? So.
All right, man. Appreciate the input.
All right. Take care.
Hail and kill. There he goes.
Yep.
All right. Well, what a strange world we live in now. Everybody's doing their own stuff, just like us, Chris.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird time.
Yeah, look at you. You've learned all the audio and video portion of doing this show.
Mm-hmm.
And, all these commercial outlets who had thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to do production and stuff. Now they're at the level you are, that we've been doing this for free for years.
Mm-hmm. Which is a good problem for me to have, because should the Rona kill all my businesses, I could always go work at a TV station.
There you go.
I probably could. Don't you think at this point I know video enough that I probably could go
sure
get
you could.
a job?
Yeah, you could freelance and go, hey, reporter guy, if you don't want to edit all your video and shit, just send it over to me. I'll put it together for you for a nominal fee.
Yeah, and I've said this to you a million times. I don't know if I've ever said it on the show or not, but that's what I use the CMS for a lot, is my guinea pig to learn shit.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly. That's why we always have a rebuilt website every couple of years, and video and all this other nonsense. It's my learning ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one place that I can learn, and if I fuck up, so what? I fuck up. It doesn't cost me any money. And luckily I've never really fucked up too bad with the CMS.
Yeah. Well, I just think about years and years ago, if you had a story, your local WKYC or somebody, we're here live on location, where such and such happened. Well, they had the van out there with the big antenna, and they had a cameraman, and you had microphones and processors, and you had the guy inside the van and all this and that. Right. And it's just boiled down to somebody going out there with their cell phone and going, hey, I'm live on location here.
Right. Here's exactly what they do. You can watch on the camera. All right, here we are.
And that's it. That's exactly it.
We're live, and oh my God, look over here. Look over there. Do you see what's going on over there?
That's
why we're here.
That's exactly what's going on.
It is.
It costs nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't cost anything.
But think about that. Just think about the equipment, and they had to have the truck, then they had to have the satellite uplink, and then they had to have the equipment inside the truck, and then they had to have a cameraman and and one of those cameras.
Yeah,
just the cost of just a camera alone was $50,000. Just the camera.
Yeah, and now you can do everything that does and more with a $1,200 laptop and a $1,200 phone.
Yeah. And then, of course, you had to have the personnel, and then somebody at the station had to get the video down, and then run it through their processor and this and that. And all this boils down to now is just, hey, let's make a Skype call.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to record it. We're going to run it through iMovie, and then we're going to post it. We're going to put a background behind it, so there's like some clouds or some shit moving. So
right.
Looks professional. It takes nothing anymore.
Yeah. So
either it takes nothing or I've just learned.
No, it really takes, well, you learn, but it really, in reality, with all the free software out there and with Skype being free, aside from, obviously having an internet connection and a computer, there's nothing else. And Skype records it.
Yeah, the Skype does a pretty good job recording it. That's the only thing I would change about what we do is I would like to get better quality, a little better quality, because it only records at 720p instead of 1080 or 4K.
Right.
But, we're using free software. I'm not begging. We could go and invest in something a lot better, but, I don't want to spend that money. There's no need to. Yeah, until we start getting really good subscriptions to the CMS TV. What's the purpose of that? Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. I will say I've been watching, Ellefson's been doing those Say Can You Stream broadcasts. He's done 2 of them. Right. And I would really like to have that software that he's using, which is, it's Cisco, it's WebEx. And they actually got sent like special computers to do the whole thing, but it's real nice. Nice. It's like, They have like a green room where you could have people logged in, but they're like not on your camera, and you just push a button and it throws them right into the broadcast and stuff. That would be so sweet. I don't know what we'd use it for, but I'd like to have it. I don't know I don't know what we'd get, but it'd be nice to have. I'd find a way. I'd find something to do with it. Right. But yeah. No, you're right. It's become super, super fucking easy now. Yeah. A dummy like me can figure it out. Anybody can. That's funny. I just think about back in the day, what it took. And we talked about this before, and I won't get into this again, but just remembering going to any sports thing at any stadium, they had all the big trucks out there. And, the big tractor trailers with the big satellite dishes on top and the big control rooms. And it's like, it's all been, condensed down to one little control center now. Yeah, exactly. It's nothing now. It's amazing. Yep. All right. Well, let's take a break. You got something you want to hear? How about, Hailstorm Uncomfortable? Are you uncomfortable? I guess so. Right? No, Hailstorm Skulls. Okay. Skulls instead of Uncomfortable. Uncomfortable was a radio hit. I don't want to do that. All right. Go with Skulls. It's pretty heavy. All be right. Rocking for them. All right. Hailstorm Skulls. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's play some Hailstorm. We'll play a couple tunes. We'll be back. So here it is. It's Lizzie, along with the rest of her group, with Skulls exclusively here on your classic metal show.